Hi! Today we're going to have a look at my Porsche 968 Clubsport, which I redone to a more track-purposed car. So the whole front end has been swapped out for glass fiber. So hood, fenders, front bumper, everything is glass fiber. The original pop-up lights, we're taking them out and put some carbon bucket fixed lighting instead. So front lip, active air intake for the brakes. The side skirts are basically 968, but this is a model that's made for being mounted on the 944. That's why it's not two parts, it's one part. I think it suits the car better that it's one piece. It's still got the original 968 mirrors. Doors are stock steel doors that we cut out as much as we absolutely could in order to have it stiff enough to work, not to be flexible in high speed. Fixed plastic windows. These ones are still glass because they're not that easy to mount in a plastic. So new performance gas cap, a new stock bumper, stock plastic rear window, the Turbo RS wing. I'm running the OZ Algerita 10x18 all around, mostly because I want to be able to move the tires around to get maximum out of them. In the rear we have the stock Clubsport brakes, refurbished calipers, new discs and the performance friction brake pads. In the front it used to run the MO30 brakes, but they really sucked, so that's new for this season. I have the PFC 350mm floating discs and calipers from the 911, 997 Carrera S, or it's the same as the 996 Turbo front. Also performance friction brake discs. So yeah, a tow hook and a front lip, nothing that special. So I guess it's here under the hood that the most visual changes are. So from factory it runs a 3-liter inline 4-cylinder, but now it's the LS1 from C5 Corvette, I think. Pretty much stock camshafts. All of the interior parts of the engine is untouched. I'm running a Haltech Elite 2500 system. The exhaust manifolds and the exhaust system, of course, is custom made, but besides that, it's fairly stock. A big aluminum cooler from Wizard and an electric power steering pump from a Volvo. But it works really well. Besides that, yeah, there's a strut bar and adjustable top mountings for the dampers, and of course you can see the Öhlin dampers. It's one of the key components of making this car fast. Battery has been relocated to behind the passenger seat, but I tried to not make it more complicated than it had to be. So the inside of the car is pretty basic. Try to keep as much as possible of the original interior, because otherwise it's awful traveling in the car. Kept the stock door cards, but there's nothing inside of here. It's completely empty. So, and the original gauges or the cluster that often doesn't work anyway, we swapped it out for the Haltech IC7 dash, and it works absolutely amazing. So, and it has everything that you need. It has the turn signals, it has the high beam, it has the parking brake, it has everything that you need. So it's a much better solution. And regarding the brakes, so I've taken out the the brake booster because there's no room for it, and I've changed the gearing or how much power you get from the pedal to the cylinder. So all together with the newer front calipers, and taking out the original bias valve and put this adjuster in instead for the rear brakes. So now it works really, really good, but still 100% manual, no booster. Also, we kept the original ABS system, and that's what also sends the speed signal to the dash. Besides that, some racing seats, 6-point harness, and a really nice 8-point roll cage that a friend of mine helped me build. It's somewhere in between street and racing setup because the cars still have to be able to pass through Swedish regulations in order to be able to drive it on the road. This car has the 5-speed 944 turbo gearbox instead of the factory 6-speed. It suits this engine much better. So factory torque tube, almost factory gearbox with stock limited slip differential, and this car has the Lindsay Racing chromoly drive shafts and CV joints. The whole exhaust system is thermal coated in order to keep the temperatures down here, because when you go full throttle a long time they get really, really hot, and it works really well.
Now this episode has come to an end. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and hit that thumbs up, and see you next time. Cheers!